Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Good morning. Happy Monday. Time to get the week kicked off. We're going to go over the Fusion and CvC and the 10Xs coming up, the shard events that are going to be happening this week, and help you be able to manage your Raid Shadow Legends journey effectively and efficiently for this upcoming week. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, let's go ahead and pull up the fragment event calendar, because that's what we're going to have to focus on keeping pace for this week. So right now it is Monday the 28th. So we are right here, and this weekend you needed to get at least 5 points on the summon rush right here, but if you got all 20, you're going to be that much further ahead. If you only got the first 5 fragments, because these are usually structured, they go 5 and then they have 15 later for the full 20 that you get of the event. So if you only got 5 this weekend, you're going to need to get all 20 on the champion chase tournament, because of how the total fragments work out with the 115 that you have available between the guaranteed part of the tournaments and the events without having to compete in leaderboards. There's 115 because of the 55 plus 60. I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers at you, but I'm just trying to keep you in the loop here of what you need to get done this week. So if you didn't get basically the too long didn't read is, if you didn't get the 20 points from the summon rush, you're going to need to get all 20 on this champion chase and kind of prepare for that. So now let's go over the summoning events and things that are going to be happening revolving around shards for this week. So first of all, for the shard rotation, we just had a 10X last weekend, a pretty solid one for like Big In and Trunda and stuff, which means that this weekend will be a 2X, and the one that is next up in the rotation is going to be 2X Sacreds. It goes Ancient, Sacred, Void. So this weekend, starting on Friday, which ironically enough is April Fool's Day, we should get 2X Sacred Shards, and then the next one will be Voids about 2 weeks after that as we get into the middle of April. So yeah, expect 2X Sacred Shards here in about 4 or 5 days. And then also, we just found out about an hour or so ago on the back end in an announcement from Plarium that we are actually going to be getting a couple pretty solid 10Xs this week. And these 10Xs are going to be the ones that coincide with CvC. CvC will be going on Tuesday and Wednesday starting tomorrow. And the first day for CvC on Tuesday is going to be a 10X for Valkyrie. Now, Valkyrie, maybe I think her value's taken a little bit of a hit in the last year or two, but in the early days of Raid, she was thought of to be the best legendary in the game for a while. But with the rise of unkillable teams and the clan boss, counterattack compositions became a lot less used, and then now people are more figuring out how to speed run things like the Fire Knight instead of playing like the slower counterattack style teams to burst down the shields. But Valkyrie is still super cool. Her passive is a lot of fun, and you can do some fun things with it in tag team arena and stuff. You know, manipulating turn meter each time they place a buff. You can use it in the Doom Tower to counter people that place a lot of buffs. So Valkyrie is still definitely a very solid legendary. Then after that, the next day, on day 2 of CvC, there is going to be a 10X in Void Shards for Nekrit the Great. Now, Nekrit is a newer champion to Raid, and there's a few really cool things about him. He's one of the best champions in the arena. He is ridiculous on defense, and he makes your team so tanky that it is super hard to deal with, and a lot of people try to straight up avoid defenses that feature Nekrit the Great on them. And if we pull up the most recent up-to-date version of the Void Legendary tier list, you can see that Nekrit is in the top tier in the S+ category for those Void Legendaries. So he is definitely going to be a sought-after 10X. I bet you we're going to see a lot of the super high spenders that compete in Platinum Arena and stuff. If they don't have Nekrit, they are going to absolutely be YOLOing a bunch of Void Shards to get after him and add him to their account. And one really cool thing about Nekrit that you got to give Plarium props for is that he actually only takes 6 books total as one of the S+ legendaries in the game. So you've got 4 here on the A1, 1 on the A2 is 5, and then plus 1 right here is 6, and then the passives in the R, I don't have anything. So he is one of the least book dependent champions in the game, and he's a super S tier Void legendary, which is super cool. So now let's talk about the things you're going to need to focus on for the next couple of days. Obviously, preparing for CvC, get your books in order, what champions you're going to want to develop and all of that, so you can help double dip some points for your team. As far as the Nari Fragment event that is going on, right now you're going to want to focus on the Ice Golem tournament as a priority today, because that is going to be ending today, and you need to get those fragments on the right side. Remember, we don't want to ever miss out on fragments that are guaranteed and a little bit more realistic to acquire without having to use shards. So make sure you, wow, I have somebody going absolutely crazy in my Ice Golem tournament. This is pretty rare. Ice Golem is typically the least desired dungeon for endgame players to grind, so I am surprised that somebody got up to 13,000 points already here in the Golem, especially after all this champ training craziness. But anyway, yeah, make sure you get to 2250 and scoop up your fragments there in the Ice Golem tournament. And then tomorrow we are going to be having a spider tournament as part of the Nari fragments, and that will be during CvC. And then there will also be a Fire Night tournament where you can only use champions from the Gallon Pact, which is going to be the 4 factions of Ogre and Tribe, Lizardman, Skinwalker, and Orc. But we can tell by the artwork right here and all the planning that we have with the Nari fragments laid out that this is not going to be part of the Nari fragments. So you would really just be kind of weighing to see if your group is winnable and maybe participate in that tournament. We'll take a look at it when we can actually see what is going on and lay that out. But don't feel bad about missing out on that. The priority focus is definitely going to be CvC and the Nari fragments. Then also under the events tab for the next couple days, you are definitely going to want to get some artifacts upgraded and at least get to 3,500 right here so you can scoop up the fragments, and then never a bad opportunity to scoop up free stuff for upgrading artifacts, because that's something you're always going to be needing to do on your account. And then dungeon divers, as long as you are doing the Ice Golem and the Spider and making sure you do enough to get all of the fragments, you should get pretty close to 3750 naturally, as long as you're focusing on those right tournaments, which today is going to be the Ice Golem, and then starting tomorrow is going to be the Spider. And then also another thing you want to make sure to focus on today is going to be your clan quest. You can see here I've got one that I'm close to finishing, and I'm going to need to focus on that and get it done today, because starting tomorrow, pretty close to CvC, we will be getting a new iteration of clan quests for the week. And then in the clan shop, with this reset, we should be getting some changes to this, most notably getting Yakarl the Scourge added in here as fragments. You can see like this with Yannicka currently in the clan shop that I never bought because I already have a Yannicka, but we should see Yakarl added to this as well. And obviously, new a week means that we are close to a new iteration of a Hydra, which means you're going to want to make sure and get your Hydra keys done in the next day and a half or so if you are in a clan and with an account that hits Hydra. And that's not all. We actually have the Doom Tower, obviously, as we get to the end of the month. We've got this resetting in just a couple days. How did I get my Doom Tower to scroll all the way over here into the center of the screen so I could point at it with my hands? I guess you will never know. No, I'm kidding. I'm actually holding down left click right now with my other hand. I scrolled it over, hold it down, and then I'm able to kind of have it right here to point at is how I did that. But anyway, yeah, you want to focus on those secret rooms and really start getting those done. We've got a lot to focus on with the fragments and the Golem and the Spider and the CvC and everything kind of going on, but you do want to scoop up as much Doom Tower rewards as you can get, because that is going to be resetting for a new monthly rotation very soon. Also, don't forget with a new week to get your arena in order, get back into your proper classic arena tier, and also set some one-person defenses and get ready for the tag team arena grind, hopefully, because tag team arena is a lot of points for CvC. And then a little bit of a side note about the arena. I thought about doing a video on this pretty soon, because arena has gotten insanely hard recently. Even like Gold 4, where I can usually just blast through it, it's been ridiculously hard, and people are showing me their accounts in like bronze and silver, and the teams are just ridiculous. Like bronze looks like Gold 4. It's just insane. You've got like 350,000 defense teams with Siffy and Duchess and stuff. So I was like, wow, has it always been like this? So I thought about doing a more deep dive exploration into that, because absolute insanity. And the arena seems to have its numbers tweaked a little bit in how the distribution of players is working or something, because it seems a lot harder recently the last few days. But maybe it's just a temporary thing that irons out. I don't know. But anyway, let's keep an eye on it for a little bit. So now let's head into the shop and see what's going on here. I'm sure a lot of you are not looking forward to spending money, though, because we just had one of the craziest weeks ever for Raid. Okay, but just in case you're curious on seeing this stuff, let's go ahead and plug it in. 300. And then the energy refills of 4. We got a 1.77 on this one. So Not that great in my opinion. We know the drill on this stuff. The 101% extra mini mix packs look to be done. Those will probably only be rolled out when we see special crazy weeks with high activity like the Krisk and Machelet and Mountain King and Royal Guard events and stuff like that. $40 for accessories, no way. And then lastly, we've got the Great Tome Pack. Now, these have a couple different price variations on them, and I don't have this. I have one of the cheaper ones on my account. Smiley does a great job chronicling these, and this was one of them that I can find the full screenshots of all 4 of them. And you can see kind of how it's going to go in terms of the price structure from 30, 50, 70, goes up a little bit, and then you have that last one there for 25. And if you're curious about the overall grade on what we can expect on this specific string pack, it is right there, and you can see it comes out to about a 1.75 when I plug in all of the tiers on that offer that I just put on screen. So like, it's not a great pack, but if somebody was an early to mid game player that is a high spender, it would be a decent one, because it's one of the rare opportunities where you're going to be able to get legendary tomes. So I can see it making sense for that person, but for most of you out there, this one's probably going to be a skip. So alrighty, good luck on the start of your week here and in CvC tomorrow. I wish I had time to stream today, but I've got to get too much done. I've got to get a draft done for our content creator competition that's coming up soon. I've got to get that sent over to Plarium today, and I'm falling behind on account takeovers and everything, so it's going to be a big work day for me, but I will hopefully be back to the normal time for streaming and back to the normal workflow tomorrow. So have a great rest of your Monday, and I will catch you soon. As always, thanks for watching. Peace.